We are going to go live on Search and Destroy. We're going to jump on board with the attacking team, as it seems to be always where the plays really come from. Now, who do you want to watch, Riddles?
Let's go for Moose.
Okay, let's see what Moose can do now as TCM push out. And I think we're going to get the commentary turned down a little bit in the venue just to make sure that nobody can hear us. And still on board with Moose. The first kills actually get kickoff both going, and it does seem like TCM. Kyle has actually picked out. Let's jump on board with him. He picks up the first two. Flux jumping over. He's got that cheek come out again. I can hear it.
That is how you play. That's how you rush S&D time and time again. I'm going to keep saying it until it's relevant, because you play S&D how you play online. Rush that bomb. Brilliant, amazing rush from TCM. Straight off the bat, 2 kills down, and Kyle's. You know, it's now 2-2, but you know it was such a good rush, and it had.
It could have very easily been a complete whitewash there. You are in fact right, and let's have a little look. Flux now just playing a little bit slowly. Now, interesting to note, they do not have the bomb.
No, I think Orbit know where the bomb is. Really good play there. Then, you know, they've spotted the bomb. Watson has spotted the bomb, so he's going to play passively. No doubt he's told his teammate where that bomb is, and you know, TCM will be lingering.
They certainly will now. It's about to come into a thing there, and Flux is in a bit of a bad, but she's going to get shot in the back, making this a 1 versus 2. Moose has the impossible to do. He's going to challenge. Can he do it? He does. He takes down Mohawk. However, 20 seconds left. He has to begin on a mission now.
Yeah, really good play from Moose there to try and get that kill. Now, we're just going to see Watson play really, really smart. He knows that it's 1 versus 1, and he's on a defending team that Moose has to go for the plant. But, oh, you might have...
Oh, he's going to see him behind him. Unfortunately, Moose did not see him. Cannot go for the kill.
Smart, intelligent play from Watson, you know. He knew that he's on a defending team, that Moose has to go for the plant or have to look for him. And because he was sitting in such a strong position, you know, 9 times out of 10, it would have been almost Watson's favour.
Certainly would, and they did know where the bomb is. They set up very well for it. Mohawk, there is the final kill cam that he got on Flux a little bit earlier. And there we go. First blood to Orbit in the Search and Destroy. As you can see the one there. I think they're feeling very confident, and they do have Momo coaching.
Momo's a really good player to stand behind, because he's one of those players that he plays the game a lot and he knows a lot about it. He gets a lot of stick from everyone, but he's actually a really intelligent player when you get to know him, because he does play a lot. He loves a bit of Call of Duty, so therefore he's going to play more of it, and he's going to be really good at it, because he's going to know the rushes, he's going to know the spawns. To have someone like Momo coaching you behind you, it's only a plus.
It certainly is. However, TCM do have the advantage now, and it's a little bit of a bad position for Orbit, because they don't really have any map control. They're not near the bombs, and they are severely outnumbered.
Yeah, it's just going to be a waiting game, I think, from Orbit here. They're just going to test and try and bait out the players. You know, JT is on his own. TCM players are near around him, but I think he's just going to have to play it really slowly. Try and pick off one person before he makes a move. Yeah,
they do need to get a few kills on the board, because at the moment they just can't challenge them anywhere. Even whatever bomb they go to, they have to go up against the same number of players, because they can spread. So, JT now looking for a pick, and they cannot get this bomb down without at least getting one of them.
He can get away with this if he does get a plant, although there is a TCM player watching that right-hand side. Before he could have snuck on and got that, I reckon he would have got away with that.
But now he has to make a decision. Now Mohawk has picked it up, he has equalled it up a little bit. Now this is the opportunity. However, it's now a 1 versus 3. And JT puts the bomb down, and he now has to do some sort of massive clutch to win this round.
He's going to do a classic, what I remember, unfortunately there from JT. A player that we don't see much anymore is Daredevil. Now, he's a brilliant S&D player, and he one of the things he told Ellis Black when they used to team was, once you plant the bomb, just do a lap around the map. Chances are the team would
coming in from a new angle. You know, you engage on your own terms. I completely agree with you there, and it's one of them things we do see a lot of players trying to do. Unfortunately, TCM just kind of had him pinned.
Yeah, I mean, it was 9 times out of 10 he wouldn't have got away with it. You know, it's clutch kills for a reason, because it's all based on luck. And if you're playing against a top team that are really, really organised, chances are you're not going to get away with it.
Yeah, there are no top players playing today that will rush you, especially 1v3. It's just not worth it for them. They know they can pick you apart at their leisure. But let's jump on board with TCM now and see. I'm going to go on board with Marky B, as I did see him monster some Search and Destroys earlier in the day.
Marky B is one of the greatest communicators on the game, because he's constantly talking. I can only imagine if he was to team with the likes of Josh, and just how great that team would be just on communication. One of my philosophies is, I don't care if you're a really crap player, if your communication's on point, chances are your teamwork's going to be on point, and that's what counts.
Yeah, it's one of the things about what a player can actually bring to a team. I mean, there are talks about toxic players that are very down or, you know, scream too loud, distracting. But you can be the opposite. If you communicate so much more, it can help your team in more ways than just having a really good shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about communication. You know, letting your teammates know which way you're looking, which way you're shooting, even reloading, chucking a grenade. I want to know about it because it's just all about communication. Great play by Marky B there. Unfortunately, not to get that two-piece, but spotted the third player there. But you know, play conservative now, Mark. You're so close to your kill streak, and it's just be interesting to see what he does here.
Yeah, it is, and he's just trying to get in. However, Marky now in a 1 versus 3, and he's got to be playing for his streak. Surely that's what he wants to do. Unfortunately, he is going to be pinned in, and they are just slowly.
Oh! Steve, you deserve that.
Does manage to get the wall, the head glitch, and Marky will probably just rest this one out and say, not really sure I want to challenge this. I do have my RCXD, still playing for streaks. He's on a 5 streak as well. Has he died yet? Yes, 5 and 1.
I think Steve will be kicking himself a bit there that he allowed Marky B to get that shot in him. Not only was it a great shot, but it allowed him to get a kill streak. You know, the kill streak, the RC car, I'm not a fan.
It's not
50,
overly
50.
useful, I will admit.
No, I mean, I'm completely 100% agree. Is it a positive? I don't know. To be honest, I think in terms you need to have that kill streak just because it's an SD game type.
Well,
chances
it's
are
better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. Chances are, you know, every kill counts in S&Ds. Chances are you're not going to get a further kill streak in an S&D. So it's better to have nothing. But I just personally think it's almost just. I like the way Swanee used it. He used it to call out where the opposing team were.
Yeah, I think we've now. Big push from Orbit here. They do have rushed in very, very hard. Watson picks up the first kills. We are on board with him. And now heavily stunned, though, at the moment. And he just sees someone around the corner. Flux actually picks up that nade he's so famous for killing people with. Just seems to do that every single game I watch him in.
Freddie Flintoff nades there, I think. Amazing accuracy. I remember scrimming against Flux on Modern Warfare in the nades, but just constantly you spawn and they'll just drop at your feet.
Marky B actually got a kill with his RCXD, and he's just picked up another one. 7 streak for Marky, and they're going to let him get the defuse as well. This is huge for TCM.
I did call it before we started. I mean, Marky B is one of the a really good S&D player. You know, we picked him up for a reason because he was really, really good at S&D. He's a really good communicator, and he's a slayer. That's what he's brought into teams for, because he literally goes for the kills and he helps out his teams immensely.
He certainly does, and there we go. The final kill cam from Marky B, currently 7 and 1, I believe, in the Search and Destroy. Unfortunately, it's just 2-2, so it doesn't really belay. He needs to get his team up to his level, kind of G him up, just follow in his wake.
I mean, he's on a momentum spree. I'm sure his teammates will be telling him, keep going, Marky, because you're on those kill streaks. You're killing absolutely everyone. We'll play around you, not the other way around.
There we go, Marky B. Doesn't have to worry about playing for streaks anymore, though. So he can play a little bit however he wants. Now, there we go. Actually taking the shots there. Marky B ducking out. He sees someone in front of him. Oh, very close to taking down Mohawk. Now, on board with Moose, we flick 2. And it's currently 2 versus 3. The advantage going to Orbit.
Yeah, we're going to see. It's going to be really interesting how Moose plays this, because he knows he's surrounded, he's got the bomb, but he wants to go for that plant on B there, because it's a really easy bomb and it's to get to. You know, once you rush it, it's one of those ones that if you rush successfully, then you will get that bomb plant. But really good play there. He's really conservative. You know, he's coming behind Orbit's face. Ooh, I thought he was going to get caught with his pants down there.
Yeah, that was a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm sure he sweated a little bit after that bullets go in. Now, Moose, he has to do the 1 versus 3, and it's going to be a bit difficult because he's managed to get 1, but does he have enough time to pick apart the last 2?
Could be. He might just get this kill here and go for the plant. I mean, oh, he's giving his position away. So really heads-up play from Orbit now. You're going to see them drop off and...
oh, doesn't actually manage to make it. And that's the kind of problem. I mean, we talk about this sort of situation in Search and Destroy 1 versus 2 or 1 versus however many. People like to say you kind of don't want to be found. That's what you pointed out in that bit. If you give away your position, it makes it easy for them to pinpoint and hold you in. But I mean, Moose didn't have a great situation because he couldn't really punch and move because of 25 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, he was caught in a really awkward position. And going back to what you were saying about shooting, as a competitive, all competitive players, their reactions are really, really quick, and it's your reaction. As soon as you see the smallest movement, your reaction is to shoot. It's happened to me plenty of times. It happens to everyone. You shoot by accident. As soon as you press that trigger, you're left thinking, crap, just because you know the opposite team will know where you are, and it puts them at an advantage.
It certainly does. Now, on the sticks with Orbit.Jord. Currently 3-2 to this Orbit team here in Search and Destroy, 1-0 to them in the series score. Now they're just trying to make this push work a little bit. TCM seem to have a fairly good balance on. They know what's going on at the moment by the looks.
I like this strategy from TCM. They're sticking close together because if chances are if one of them dies, they've got their teammates to try and sweep up the other kill. And you know, S&D, when you go in pairs or threes, chances are if you're the opposition player, you're not going to expect 3 of them to be there. I remember playing against, I think it was Fear at Modern Warfare 3, and I nearly got the 1v4, but I wasn't expecting the 2 of them to be together so close.
Yeah, there we go, and it does get taken down. It is now 2 Orbit players against 4 of TCM, and unfortunately the time is starting to run out. And now it is all alone. JT has a 1 versus 4 to pull off in 20 seconds. This could be a little bit too far.
It's a really awkward position there for JT. I think he knew it from the fact that there was 1 versus 4 there, or was it 3? I can't quite remember, but he was on the bomb. They knew where he was. 23 seconds, he had to plant or die. So really good play from TCM.
Flux is playing unconventional today. That is a Type 25. First player I really saw to use that at this kind of level was Jake, who used to team with Flux today. But Chicom earlier on, Type 25, maybe he's just trying to change things up and throw little people off.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to show off a bit. I don't. Who knows? I mean, Flux is a really, really good player, so any gun he uses is really smart with, and then he's going to guarantee to get kills and help out his team.
Now, jumping on the sticks with TCM, and I actually want to go on board with Flux. What he's using this time, a little bit more conventional, the Scorpion he has. Pushing with his teammates, seeing if they can make a play. And at the moment, unfortunately, Trophy didn't do that. But Marky B is now going to use them streaks.
Really good play from TCM here, allowing him to get the bomb. You know, questionable decision to use that Hellstorm, but I mean, in some terms, it could have been in their favour because that means that Orbit would have to run for cover and allow Flux to plant that bomb. So questionable decision, but then it always can turn out to be in their favour.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have loved to get a few kills there. Flux actually up top. Going to support. Flux all alone. He has a 1 versus 3 to do, and there he eventually gets taken down. Didn't work out for TCM, and they're going to be kicking themselves. They had a the Hellstorm burned in that as well.
Yeah, and they had the bomb down, so all they had to do was maybe sit in the corner, just keep an eye out, play it patient. You've got the bomb down. Orbit need to come to you to defuse that bomb. Let them come to you, pick them off as much as you can. I mean, sometimes it's not great to try and play overly smart because you'll end up just going back on yourselves. It's like, you know, when in an exam, if you change your answer at the last second, guaranteed to get it wrong.
Start second-guessing yourself. Where does it end? And hesitation is a big killer.
I mean, the amount of times I've told people, I learned from Tommy, he said just sit in the position, stay there, and see what happens.
That's a good man to learn from as well.
Tommy's, yeah, I've been fortunate to team with some of the smartest players on this game. I don't know how, luck.
I love watching Tommy. He seems so confident when he moves around the map. There is no hesitation from that man.
Yeah, I think Pasco's another one of those people who just runs around like a headless chicken and somehow gets kills.
But here we go, 3 versus 3. Now 3 versus 2. Orbit going down in this one. They don't have the numbers. TCM trying to make a push. However, this could be a big kill. Watson has made it. However, now 1 versus 2. He's on a 3 streak himself. Is he going to be able to break out of this one? Oh, can he make this shot?
I think whoever he was shooting out there was really, really lucky to get away from that. If he would have died, I would have been annoyed at him because don't challenge, it's 2v1. He's at the back of the spawn. No, let's pin him in. And if he would have died, I would have been a bit annoyed with my teammate there.
Now let's see. Orbit Watson has to make a move. TCM just got to deflect this pressure for 36 more seconds. As he's checking every single corner he knows, but he's sim 1. And it looks like there's a little bit of a game of chicken going on. Watson, is he going to commit? Marky B outshoots him in the end. Marky playing very smart, buying time for his teammate to come around and take him down if Marky failed.
Really good play from Marky there. I mean, you're always tempted to jump out after you first see him. 9 times out of 10, that's what players will do. Really strong and smart play from Marky, just to keep baiting himself. And also, he had his teammate to the right-hand side, so if he would have died, his teammate would have more than likely swept up.
Certainly so. Now let's jump on board with the sticks with... I'll actually have a quick look at the scoreboard here. Oh, Marky B, 11-3. Once again, we're seeing this man go huge. He actually went 17-5 earlier on in the game I was casting him in. But let's go on board with him. I can't not watch Marky B.
No, he's a really, really strong player. He's playing this really, really smart. He does have a kill streak on board with him. And, you know, he's going to use it. He might use it just as a radar, just to see where the other teammates are. Really good heads-up play from Marky. Now it allows his team to push up on that bomb. Now he should do that in blind now. Yeah, really good play.
Still work. Does manage to take down 1. And that bomb is down, so advantage now to TCM. Mohawk answering back in kind. 3 versus 3. Still on board with Marky.
Be interesting to see how TCM can fare this. You know, their last bomb plant didn't go too well, so it'd be really, really good to see them try and hold down this plant. You know, 3-2.
JT all left all alone as Moose picks up 2. He's trying to run away. Does manage to do it as TCM should be able to get this one. It is now 5-4 to them in this search and destroy. 1-0 still in to Orbit in the series score. And there's your final kill cam.
Really good play from TCM. Really liking the fact that they managed to hold that bomb down finally, because the last time they did it, you know, Orbit did really well to break their defenses and defuse the bomb.
Certainly did. Now, who would you like to watch on this side?
Let's go for Watson.
Okay, jumping on board with Watson. Let's see what he can do. Going to run the Scorpion by the look of it. And this could be quite a strong push from them there. Seems to be quite fast and furious already. Are they going to slow down?
He's changed his weapon a couple of times. I'm wondering if his teammates have told him to just hang back a bit and get the kills. You know, he's playing really, really well today. So yeah, it looked like he was initially going to go for that rush, but he's already got the 2-piece with that M8, and really good play there.
Well, Moose is now 1 versus 1. He's on a 4-streak as well. Moose pulling out some serious moves. Now, 58 seconds, he gets caught. He does get caught, and we're going to see the final kill cam of just how Mohawk managed to pull that off. Gets on top of Train and calls it perfectly. And Moose didn't stand a chance.
I think he was anticipating Mohawk to be on the other side there, so he was going to come back from the spawn. Might have gone down from the opposing spawn and gone down the alleyway to go to the other bomb. But I mean, really good heads-up play from Steve. I'm sure his teammates knew that Moose was around there and told him just to hang 10 there. Jordan not having a good game.
No, he's not. 1-7. That's not what you want, especially when it's this tight. But we're going to stay on board with Mohawk. And it does seem like TCM may have called this wrongly.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think
they know.
A bit like, I mean, Orbit doing really well to get the bomb plant down. That's what it's all about. Rush that bomb, get that early bomb plant, because then it puts the opposition team really nerve-wracking. They have to go defuse, and you know, the best way to do it is just be cool, calm, and just try and get that bomb defused.
Certainly is now. Interesting play here from Mohawk. He should be able to get the flank, and this could break TCM wide open if he's managed to make it. Easy kill from Mohawk, and now it's 2 versus 4. Can he get a second as well? He can. Now Kyle's left in a 1 versus 3. Kyle needs some serious magic to pull this off. He takes down 1.
Not sure he'll do this. Mohawk's in a really good position there. Brilliant play from Mohawk there.
He certainly was, and I think he got 3 kills that time.
Yeah,
round,
he definitely got 3 that last round. You know, good 2-piece to try and take TCM off that bomb. You know, good awareness, used his height to his advantage and his AR to his advantage. Really good heads-up play from Mohawk.
It certainly was, and that's Orbit now 2-0 in the lead of this best of 5. And it's looking a little bit nervous for TCM and any TCM fans out there. Marky B 13-5, Mohawk 12-9, top fragging for his team as well. You called it.
I think Marky B is going to be a bit disappointed there, because you know he put in a really good shift for his team. You know, to be fair, TCM did put up a really good fight, but Orbit playing well as a team, really showing why they are top contenders. You know, I reckon they can get to the final. I reckon they will beat Infuse in the loser bracket final.
Well, that's a bold call to make. It's a bold call, but we will be seeing it. However, they still have to get past TCM, and they seem to be making a good attempt at that so far. It's going to be. I was looking forward to a TCM Infuse game, if I was honest, earlier on, but I don't even think we're going to get there.
It would be nice to see a rematch of Epsilon and Infused in the final, just because that game in the winners bracket final was so intense. There was so much banter.
It was ridiculous.
You know, there was a bit of afters after the game. I'm glad the stream didn't see it, but it just shows you the tension between the two, because there's so much rivalry in between them. You know, you've got Josh and you've got Mad Cat on your opposing side.
And they teamed together for a while as well.
They've won events together as well. They know one of the true dynamic duos, and playing against each other. They know how to get into each other's head. It was such a tense game. And it'll be interesting to see who actually does get to the final. But do you know what? I want to go for Orbit. They're my favourite team.
Well, we will see what they can do. It will be standoff, capture the flag by the look of it. And Orbit certainly have the momentum. TCM. Now, interestingly to note, I did notice their coach had to go home earlier, I think.
Whoops.
I'm not sure if he's still here. Is TCM's coach here? I can't see there on the player cam. I can actually see him in the background. It is Trout picking up for Swizz this weekend. Yeah. Swizz unfortunately unable to make it. And they're going to have to find some sort of magic form, because they really need to get their heads in the right place if they have any hope of pulling this back.
A lot of people seem to criticise coaches. And
you know what? I've been going the other way recently.
Really?
I've been looking at it, and you know what? I think it's now so. And you know who's changed my mind? It's actually the Americans and the way they run their coaching and the management. The most stable teams, the most organised orgs. They all seem to have that one man who can stand, away from the players and kind of help out any disputes. If they're a coach and they get involved and they get the team's heads up. People like Mr. X, Hastro. Hex isn't a coach, but he is a manager, and you know what? You can tell the difference it makes.
Yeah, totally. You know, I've been there. One of the greatest coaches I've actually had behind me was Ellis Black. Not from a motivational point of view, but just because when we played, the last event I played was me, Mohog, Loco and Toby. He was giving so much guidance to us, but it's always good to have that coach for momentum. A lot of people criticize it, say they're a waste of time, etc. But if you look at TCM, no, I don't mean to ridicule TCM, but when they start losing, their heads drop. It's a known fact. They do it a lot of the time. And when you have a coach in the background, like Dinge, for example.
You know what? This man has really been making a name for himself. I just want to put that out. Dinge, from what I've been hearing, a lot of teams now respect the way he manages and coaches.
Yeah, because he's there. He's pumping up his team. You know, every time there's a good play, he rewards them for it. Really, it's all about momentum. You really want to reward your players for good play, shout and scream at them. And, and coaches, you do tend to see it when you see the American coaches, I believe, Mr. X.
He's fantastic.
He's there trying to scream at the other team, and it works. It works. It really does work.
The fact when I saw him have a full-blown conversation with Clayster mid-game about how much the other team sucked was probably one of the best things I've ever seen.
I think I missed that.
And it's kind of people like, oh, coaches don't really matter. And people forget how much of a head game it can be. If you're not feeling good and you're not confident going into a gun battle, you're probably going to lose it. And that's why we see people go on fire and they just seem to win gunfights they shouldn't.
I mean, gun skill is a major factor into it, but and then the other factor is all about momentum. If your head's down, you're playing not to the best of your ability, it's all psychological. You're just going to go into that gunfight already losing. And that's one of the things that's one of the greatest things that coaches are for. Tell them that they're going to win that fight. Do you know, I sit behind teams and I'm shouting, go on, win that gunfight. Be arrogant, almost be arrogant that you're gonna.
Well, this is it. People don't underestimate how much of a compliment can boost someone up.
Yeah.
So